This video contains disturbing content. Viewer discretion is strongly advised. Between 2018 and 2020, over 260,000 people paid to access a secret network of chat rooms on Telegram where real women and girls were being harmed. This wasn't the dark web. This was happening on an app on millions of people's phones. And for almost 2 years, nobody stopped it. This is the story of Korea's most shocking digital crime case, a case that exposed the darkest corners of the internet, shook an entire nation, and changed laws around the world. This is the N-Room case. It began in 2018. A man using the username God created a series of chat rooms on Telegram. He called them Nth rooms, numbered chat rooms where members paid to access increasingly disturbing content. The victims were real women and girls. Some were children. They were blackmailed, threatened, forced to comply under the threat of exposure to their families. The operation was sophisticated. God and his associates targeted victims through social media. They posed as job recruiters, model agencies, and even fake support groups. Once they had personal information, addresses, school names, family details, the blackmail began. Do what we say, or we destroy your life. Victims had no way out. Then came someone worse. A man named Cho Jubin took over and expanded the operation. He called himself the Doctor. His chat room, the Doctor's Room, became the most notorious of all. Members paid in cryptocurrency. Thousands of people paid for access to watch real women being harmed. At its peak, the Doctor's Room had over 10,000 members. When investigators finally cracked the case, the numbers were staggering. Over 260,000 people had accessed these rooms. 74 victims were identified. 16 were minors. The youngest was a child in elementary school. This wasn't a small operation. This was an organized criminal network operating in plain sight. In March 2020, Cho Jubin was arrested. When police revealed his face to the public, something almost never done in Korea, the nation was in shock. He was 24 years old, a university student, someone who looked like anyone's neighbor. When asked if he had anything to say, he replied, "I am sorry for waking you from your dream." The nation erupted in outrage, but catching Cho Jubin was just the beginning. Over 260,000 users had accessed these rooms. Investigators faced an impossible question. Who do you prosecute when there are 260,000 suspects? Many users claimed they had no idea the content involved real victims. Others said they never paid. They just watched. In Korea at the time, simply watching was not a crime. The public outcry forced change. A petition demanding prosecution of all members gathered over 5 million signatures, the most in Korean history at the time. New laws were passed. Accessing, sharing, or even watching non-consensual content became a criminal offense. Korea had to rewrite its laws because of what happened in those chat rooms. Cho Jubin was sentenced to 42 years in prison. God, the original creator, was later identified and arrested. He received 34 years. Dozens of other operators and members were prosecuted across the country. But questions remain. Of the 260,000 who accessed these rooms, how many were truly held accountable? 74 women and girls had their lives destroyed. Many have never recovered. The N-Room case exposed something the world didn't want to see. That evil doesn't live in the shadows. It lives behind screens, in group chats, in subscription services. It lives everywhere, unless we choose to stop it. If you or someone you know has been a victim of online crime, please contact your local authorities immediately. You are not alone, and this must never happen again. Subscribe to K-Files, Korea's darkest true crime stories, new cases, every week.